What's up, guys? Welcome back to some newly declassified contents of the SCP files. Honestly, you want me to be honest here, I love SCP, okay? I think it's a fantastic writing project, one of the best collaborative writing things ever, okay? Better than Infinity War for the greatest crossover. And I'm frankly tired of all the baby boo-boo, SCP, tofu, animated children's shows on YouTube. So I'm just gonna read the documents. I'm not gonna sugar it down. I'm not gonna make it so children can watch, because I hate children. Okay. So we're just going to start off with all the SCP-001s. There is, if I counted correctly, 49. Usually SCPs are released in differing orders, with numbers being their own individual anomaly. However, SCP-001 is kind of different, it's such a big number they didn't want one person to be able to write the beginning lore-wise of the SCP Foundation. So they're just gonna give it to whoever writes a good enough thing. And so there's 49 of those, and we're gonna read the first one today. We're reading these in chronological order. Release date: SCP-001, codename Sheafs of Paper, by Jonathan Ball. Item: SCP-001. Object Class: Keter. SCP Special Containment Procedures. To date, no adequate containment procedure has been developed to deal with the possible threat posed by SCP-001. This is due in part to the controversial nature of the item and debates concerning the necessity of its containment. This controversy is reflected in the item's changing object class and procedures utilized in its containment. The current administration, despite changes of paranoia, has classed the object Keter, and while requesting permission for a higher object class to be created and applied uniquely to this item, considering it to be the most dangerous of all known or possible objects. The reason for this classification and changing attitudes towards SCP-001 are dealt with in description and notes. At present, SCP-001 is located in a code-locked briefcase made of high-tensile reinforced polymer. The room and the briefcase are monitored at all times by security cameras. The briefcase cannot be opened without an anonymous special clearance from all certain O5 officers. The briefcase itself is stored in a small, fully lit, single room, off-site building erected in Redacted. Classified Class D personnel are posted to guard the building, but may not enter without aforementioned agreement from O5 officers under threat of immediate termination. This off-site building exists for sole purpose of housing SCP-001 and is wired for detonation in an emergency. It is the opinion of the current administration that SCP-001 represents the highest threat to national and global security known to exist. Nevertheless, due to special circumstances regarding its mode of function, further research on this item is disallowed, despite its promotion in the past, when SCP-001 was contained in minimal security conditions. Description: SCP-001 is a simple sheaf of papers stapled together in the top left corner. The top sheet is a covering sheet reading simply "Confidential Report on Special Items Classified." The number of subsequent papers stapled to the covering sheet is indeterminate and have ranged from 3 to 30. The report is unsigned and its origin is unknown. The first appearance of this report was on Redacted when it appeared on the desk of Redacted, who is deceased. The report at the time described the living room, SCP-002, shortly after reading the report with incredibly Redacted was contacted by phone regarding said item. The next time Redacted perused. Oh my god, I think I'm dyslexic. The next time Redacted perused SCP-001, it described not the living room, but biological motherboard, which is SCP-003. Redacted immediately closed SCP-001, thinking it was a different report, and searched for the original report on SCP-002. Not finding it, he again opened SCP-001, and this time it described not SCP-003, but the 12 rusty keys and door, which is SCP-004. Redacted closed the report once more and opened it immediately to read the skeleton key, which is SCP-005. It is not known what actions of Redacted might have been. At varying times following this incident, the aforementioned items were discovered. Insufficient research exists concerning the correlation between SCP-001 and all other known items. However, it has been established that every event regarding the discovery of the new SCP item has followed a report on that same item appearing beneath the cover sheet of SCP-001. The current administration regards this coincidence as proof of causal connection. Additional notes. Whether SCP-001 is to be regarded as an advanced warning system or whether SCP-001 itself is to be regarded as the creator of the items requiring special containment remains to be seen. However, the distinction is unimportant in the eyes of current administration. The fact remains, no new SCP items appear unless SCP-001 is open and read. It is for this reason that the current administration refuses to repeat the mistakes of the past, mistakes that have resulted in over 1,000 SCP items coming to the knowledge of the SCP unit. Arguments concerning the non-lethality of SCP-001 itself is theoretically beneficial to use an SCP warning system or its use as a progenitor of advanced biological and non-biological weapons have not swayed the current administration, nor have arguments criticizing the extreme containment procedures employed in respect to an item that displays no nefarious qualities and is not animate as such. Critics are reminded that these procedures are intended not to contain the item itself, but to isolate it from human interaction, which is to be regarded as the true threat. Although the current administration refuses to remove the item from isolation barring special authorization, as noted above, past administrations have counseled daily with this item, and future administrations will no doubt counsel similar behavior. Nevertheless, it is the opinion of the current administration that, barring the destruction of SCP-001, it is to be contained until such time when responsibility for its containment falls upon future administrations. Let me sum it up for you. This SCP-001 by Jonathan Bell is a sheath of paper. Every time it is opened and closed, and then you reopen it, a new SCP report appears in the papers. The current administration believes this to be how SCPs are created. You open and close the SCP, and a new SCP is created. The critics say it just knows of the SCPs, and it's warning us of when they're created. But the current administration is not taking any chances because they're like, oh my god, this redacted guy opened and closed that dumb, stupid piece of paper 15,000 times. Now I gotta deal with 15,000 anomalies. Stuff like that. Overall, it's a pretty good concept, I think. Pretty nice. So yeah, SCP-001 by Jonathan Ball. How do I stop this?